Well, welcome back to our mini split installation. We're finishing things up on this one and moving on to the next project. Al and Kirk are setting the family room unit in place, as you can see, and pretty easy. Once the bracket is set, clip it on, lines go outside, everything's ready to go. From that point, we start making the racket the condensing unit has to sit on. These are mini splits are heat pumps, so they have to be up off the ground. These are pretty good adjustable racks. We'll show you even more on how they go together, and keeps them a foot above the ground.
Well, you don't want it buried 2 feet under the snow?
I don't mind that. It's the part when it goes in defrost mode. And if it's sitting on a pad and it goes into defrost mode, and all that moisture freezes around it, and then the bottom of it, it does what they call, I think they call it hydraulic lift.
Yeah.
And it lifts the coil until it punctures the coil.
Other than that, it's okay.
Other than that, it's okay.
Yep, other than that, it's okay. So, a few more adjustments, get it to the right length. And this netted, we try to do as much as we possibly can. In the garage, on the bench, whatever. Quick sling. Seems like a very nice unit. Lots of nuts and bolts. Totally adjustable. Easy to anchor in place if you have to. Once you get it set on the pad, as you can see that Al's got done over here, put the level on it. And then you can level out the little feeties. I like things like that. Makes life a lot easier. The pad will keep anything from growing coming up underneath the unit. I mean, you could actually set that rack right down on the brick. But if you do that, you have a good possibility that something will be growing underneath it. Not a good move. Al's got the unit pretty well set in place, so Kirk tightens the bolts down. Now it's time to move the condensing unit. It's a very expensive unit. Must be very careful. There's only one compressor in this unit, and it has 3 liquid solenoid valves that come on with the 3 different zones. Each one is rated at a different tonnage. This is a 2.5 ton unit. We wanted to go with a 2-ton unit here originally, but had to go with the 2.5 ton because the ceiling cassette in the living room had to be a little bigger than what we wanted in BTUs, but it would work. And the unit that's in the family room, since it covers a pretty good sized area too, wanted to be pretty good size, so both of those pushed the unit up to putting in a 2.5 ton instead of a 2. Final little adjustment on the rack just to make sure that everything's in place, getting it tightened down. And we're ready to set the unit on the rack. Pick that puppy up, turn around, good thing, face it out. Lining up the brackets on the bottom where the bolts have to go in. Get your holes lined up, and then it's putting the bolts in. And as we get that lined up, that looks good. Bolts come up through the bottom, one on each corner. Washer, nut, bolt. Have at it. So,
Did you follow the instructions in the book?
I looked at the pictures.
Well, somebody just looked at the pictures. He's pretty clever. Seems to have got it. Now that we're got the unit anchored, it's going to be
Small discussion
connected.
here. As you can see, Kurt is sweaty from head to toe. You want to turn around so it Kurt
With a K.
Like the price is right.
there he is. So this
Not
is
as
what
hot as Vanna White,
this
though.
is what you get for crawling around in an attic, dragging these lovely line sets to their end piece down to the unit. But he has to pull them out because they're too short and redo them. What do you think? No.
Not so much.
Okay, we're looking at taking heat. There we go. As you can see, we just pull the caps off the unit, and there's oil on the caps
And
on
the threads.
fittings. And we were just discussing earlier that we have to make sure that the fittings are oiled to get a good seal. And it's really nice to see that the manufacturer actually did that. So you can get.
So from this point, it's hand start. Always hand start the fittings. Do not do it any other way, and they'll slide right on there. And then after you get them started, you can use a wrench. Now the next thing we have to do is connect the electrical. Electrical fitting holds the MC cable in place. As you can see, it's a 4-wire. Not a standard MC cable. It's weather coated, plastic coated to keep it waterproof on the outside. It's all run with the line, so it's pretty hard to get water in it anyway, but good thing to do. Now we got 4 wires.
So we have a ground screw for each set of wires.
Did you want to designate the white for a signal wire? Because there's no neutral on this, so we can use the...
No, the easiest way to figure that one out is, yeah, you can designate that to a
I
signal.
don't see why not.
Yeah, me as well.
Because that signifies power,
Correct.
and then that for signal.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that's it.
But I want to double check.
Notice that the ground is correctly connected, which means you strip it back, pull the casing, loop it around the wire. That you only do that when you have stranded wire. So if you have stranded wire, you're not supposed to pull the end of the casing off.
I would do that.
The kids are finishing up. So Kirk is wiring up the unit, and while he's doing that, he has some visitors in the background. They come in to watch him, and well, they're just in the hood. You're humans. They own the place. Keep you company. And it's nice too that being in this neighborhood, it's got a lot to be said for it. I mean, these high-end neighborhoods, you know how they are. They have the deer drinking fountains.
Drink that at a bird bath?
Well, evacuation is underway. And if you have 100 feet or less of line sets total in this unit, there's enough charge in the unit for that. So you got like 70 feet, you're good to go. 99 feet, you're good to go. 50 feet, you're good to go. I like that. I love the electronic gauges too to form a good vacuum. Very important with these units. Line sets connected, electrical connected. Let's see how she runs. So,
You turned it on 22 seconds ago.
making sure it's on and running. Oh yes. Another thing too is checking the dip switches in the condenser. One of these things is found out to be a little bit of a fault, something tripped. But after that's all set, check it out for cooling, check it out for heating. Works good. Drain lines, you see, will run down to past the sill and then just let it run into the garden. No reason to go any farther than that. Line sets here run, ready for the condensing unit to be set. There's the condensing unit set on the side of the house. The line hide, as you can see on all the line sets. This is the one that services the family room area. So here we are. One unit in the old master bedroom up in front of the house. The exercise room that's there now in the back of the house. And what would be called the middle bedroom. That unit is on the inside wall. And they all connect to this unit. Those are the three line sets we saw. The ceiling line set for the concealing cassette goes up through the attic. This is the one for the family room kitchen area and for the master bedroom. And that one goes up through the attic over to the unit. All of those come down and connect up behind the unit. You see the
All right,
main
now
electrical.
we're just having a discussion. We're back together. Al and Pat are here at Pat's house, and we do have the equipment. And we were talking about turning them on to heat, and we're going to do that here in a minute, and to see how they work, because it's a little too cold outside to have air conditioning running. So let's have a discussion about how you turn it to heat. Al, what were we talking about here now? That
We were talking about making sure that all the units are calling for heat. You can't have one calling for heat and one calling for air conditioning.
okay.
And they can be set on different temperatures on each different evaporator.
So it doesn't matter what the temperature is on the thermostat, but they all have to be in the same heat or cool.
Okay, family room is running. It's very good. We turn the heat on, got it up. And so-
That's running? That can't be running.
I can't seem to find where it gives me temperature, Carl, on this remote.
Oh,
Um,
it's blowing.
I'm in heat.
I can feel it. Can you feel it watching this thing?
I can feel. Ouch. I thought you were talking to me.
Mission accomplished. Time to move on. The mini splits have been a huge success in this house. I like mini splits a lot, and we're going to be talking a lot more on that. So join us on the podcast. We'll be talking about that and looking at other accessories that you can actually put on these units. So until the next time, thank you, Pat and Tony, for letting us use your house and filming all of this. And we'll look forward to another video. See you later.